something like 82, 83. And it was one of his last performances. And he played Elgar Concerto. It was such incredible privilege to hear Menuhin in the end of his life playing Concerto, which made his name unforgettable. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Masterclass. Normally, I'm introducing these Masterclasses, but today I introduce myself, okay? So my name is Itzhak Rashkovsky, and I'm music director of Keshet Eilon, and we'll have now our daily Masterclass, and I invite our first performers to come to the stage, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alon. Thank you, Julia. Really excellent playing, and I really appreciate all the work which you have done on this concerto. Okay? You're probably only one person in Israel who playing it, yes? Yeah. You know, it is such big piece. You know, it is so big work. So when you take this, you know that it is really lifelong search for this concerto. Of course, the story of concerto very well known. Yes, is that Menon replaced Kreisler. Kreisler was behind this concerto, who asked this concerto to be composed, and he first played this concerto. And but only reason why it's not performed, of course, length. It's too long. The concerto is too long for the today public to take this. You know, today people can focus maybe for 10, 20 minutes, but for 50, 55, it's very hard, yes? So we must play such a way that the feeling must be the concerto short. Now, you really try to do this. I felt it. But as a result, for me, it was a bit hectic, a bit too fast. So we must be careful not to go to other side, which is can make this concerto nervous. Now, you know, to play this concerto, there's so much emotions. This is probably the most emotional concerto of all. You know, it is when I practice this concerto, you know, I cannot play more than 1 or 2 pages. It is so moving, you know, it is so passionate, and Elgar knew about this, and he knew what he created, and he spoke about this, that it's so concerto full of emotions. And even this, the first sentence, Noblimente, yes, he asked it to be on his grave, but unfortunately, he was buried in the Westminster Cathedral, and it was just star on the floor and his name, so there was no place to write this tune on his grave. But this is what he wanted. He wanted this main tune to be on his grave. Can you imagine? Yes. So for him it was so important. Now I try to think why this concerto so long. Because too many ladies were involved in this concerto. You know? Because he dedicated this to Kreisler, yes, but there's as well inscription in Spanish in the beginning, yes, and there's 5 dots in this inscription in the end. So people start now guessing what these 5 dots represent, what the name. So there's really quite few candidates for this name. Yeah? We know that in the second movement he's thinking about his wife and his mother. Yes? And the second movement, my goodness, how is it possible to play this kind of music and still to be alive? You know, it is so touching, it's so emotional, it's so beautiful, so special. No, maybe beautiful is too superficial word, but it's, no, I can't play this. I just, for me, it's so difficult to go through, because I stay in this bar, I don't want to go forward. It's so special, okay? Okay, fine. So maybe because he wanted to say so much that that it took him 55 minutes or 50 minutes to say it. In cello concerto, which was composed 9 years later, and it was after the First World War. So he's saying everything, the horrors of the war. It took him 30 minutes to say about this. Yes, but when he speaks about human love, half an hour not enough. Okay, but this is just my my thoughts. Now, because of time is so short, I just want to give you a few advices. All right? Don't rush. Yes, it's true that this concerto long, and we must give feeling that it's, but we can achieve it without really panicking. But maybe he was a bit nervous, and this is why I played in public before Masterclass. I wanted to calm myself. Okay, so but maybe like this, you're nervous. Then there's so many instructions in this music. So many, almost every bar he's telling you something what to do. And if you really follow genius instructions, you're in safe hands. Really safe hands. So when you're starting this concerto and written noblimento, what kind of the sound, what kind of vibrato we have to put this? Now, when you played it, yes, it was like you really for struggle, like you for fight with somebody. This is after living in England for 35 years and being few times in Buckingham Palace. I think I can feel, noblimento, it's something which you must be very proud of yourself. And you don't have to worry to impress somebody. You must be proud of what you are. So when you're starting this first tune, first of all, I advise you, please tighten your bow. Chrysler liked to play with tightened bow. In spite that he was educated in the French school, he studied in Paris, yes, and everybody played very soft bows. He just went against his teachers. He really tightened this and slowed down his bow. This was his style of playing. Okay, so please, and this concerto for Chrysler. Okay? So when you're starting this, yes, we're waiting for 2.5 minutes for you. By the way, the tutti of the orchestra in the beginning, one of the greatest tuttis of all concerti. Really, it's phenomenal tutti. I remember sitting in the competition and people play Sibelius, Tchaikovsky, Brahms, Sibelius, Tchaikovsky. Of course, it's all great concerti. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with this kind of concerti. And then one person came to play Elgar. And when tutti started, I felt like I was so overwhelmed. Of course, I knew this concerto, but when you hear it among the others, and suddenly these horns coming in, and all these waves of the emotions, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable feeling, So we're waiting for 2.5 minutes, and of course, wait 2.5 minutes, your hands are cold. All right, so you must somehow, maybe to play with orchestra, like some people doing, just to be in touch. But then you must calm down your vibrato in the beginning. Yulia, can you just straight with me? You must feel like cello, you must feel vibrato of cello. And you know what my dream? I don't know why people didn't think about it, why people don't think to invent something. The bow, which by itself will become longer, longer, longer. You press here on little button, and you keep it. And bow become longer, longer, and you just keep it, and never finishing. Maybe somebody can invent this kind of the bow, Anyway, you must give me the feeling of great noble person. Mamma mia, you have no hair. How can you play with this? Ladies and gentlemen. No, the good thing is show that you're practicing. The bad thing is to play Elgar is insane with half of the hair. Any other bow? Anybody have bow here? Please, I know that it's dangerous, but you can't. You really can't. Listen, the equipment must be impeccable. You can't go on the stage with so little hair. Can you try other bow?
Yes.
Положи там. You know, we're practicing so much, we're putting so much effort, and then our equipment is not right. What's going on? It's like your own enemy. Please. Rosin there? Put Rosin. Pekat. Don't give him back. Okay. Can you tighten? It's tightened, yes? Okay. Can you just start this beginning? It will be completely different, I'm sure. And now, I'm scary, yes? You, please. Think that I'm a nice person. Okay. Think about me positive. And now, slow vibrato. Bravo, bravo. I think it's already a different sound. I don't know if you notice it. It's immediately different sound. Now, you know, try to avoid diminuendo each time when you go down bow. You know, of course it's natural, yes, but what you're doing, you basically finishing concerto already, yes? Then the top note, try not to do this as well. Just stay up, all shiftings up, violin must be up, hand must go down. No diminuendo, please. Bravo. And this, when I told you, follow the genius instructions. Look at the music. I'm not inventing anything. There's a crescendo on A sharp. Why not to do this? Now, another very important thing about G string, okay? When you go down and up, don't move on the same line, okay? Because the sound becomes a little bit, I don't want to use the word primitive, yes, but it's a little bit sameness. What I'm doing, I'm always exploring all sides of the string. And when you go up, it's good to go on the other side of the string. No. And then I imagine huge wave hitting the shore of Normandy. It's incredible effective opening, you know? Don't miss this opportunity. And as well, it's immediately establishing great drama of the piece. Okay? Please. The bow take there, yes? On the other side. Go, go, go. Now, faster vibrato. Okay. Very good. We will continue now. Just a few more things. First, we'll play 1-1. This glissando is so idiomatic for this music, okay? This is the first thing. Second thing, look, I've noticed the position of your arm here, yes? You're always playing with the wrist out, like this. It is really affecting your vibrato, affecting your sound, okay? You really need to put your wrist a bit more in. The shape of the hand must be a little bit more in rather than out. It will make your finger a bit longer, okay? Good, in wrist. That's it. Like this. Okay, very good, very good. Now we're starting kind of improvisation, yes? Tranquillo and then lento, yes? Please, you play tranquillo slower than lento, okay? And as well dynamic-wise. You finish. Now kind of, you know, thinking about something beautiful, or it must be improvisation. Lento. No. Next. Lento. And now, when we see actually Rondo, the first thing, play slow. Don't play immediately fast, because you will not be able to do actually Rondo. and small bow, then you can produce it. If you start immediately, it's become panic, you know? And immediately, again, think about Chrysler. Think about Chrysler. He never wasted his bow. Little bow. And with every group, a little bit more bow, okay? Yeah, it's already better. It's already better. For me, it's still a bit too fast, yes? Then again, don't come to the frog. Start in the middle that you can expand both directions. Then you can move, okay? This is one thing. The second thing, let's go now to this really beautiful G string. From here. Okay. Can you show me anywhere in the music the diminuendo here? Do you see diminuendo?
No.
You know, your students, it's really very funny, yes? It's very funny how you look in the music, students, yes? Written crescendo, you not do crescendo. Not written diminuendo, you do diminuendo. You know, it's a recipe for madness, you know? You're playing music of the great, great, great composer. By the way, Chrysler considered this concerto as great as Beethoven and Brahms. He put it on the same level, okay? So if you're treating this great concerto with great respect, why not Elgar? Now, we are approaching here really, really cantabile largamente. It is really beautiful, imperial, you know, that it cannot be grander. Music never become grander than this. So when you approach it, okay, sorry. I need to practice. But anyway, please, from here. And broader and largamente, please. Take your time a little bit when you change, okay? It's better, but just one thing, one rule I want to give, yes? When you play down bow 2 notes, give second note more bow. You can see each time you're doing this way. I do. In short, you should write in your bedroom big letters, yes? Down bow, slow bow, okay? Please. Yes. Yes. Wait. Okay. Very good. Very good. Fine. Because the time is very short. Let's go to next section, number 16. You know, there are so many instructions in this next section. Yes. Every repetition of the tune is different. Dynamic-wise, yes, tempo-wise. He asks so much. And if you really will pay attention to this, you will achieve it. Dynamics, you know, he writes in pianissimo, 2 pianos and 3 pianos. And I always bear in mind what Leopold Auer said about dynamics in students. He said, the average student don't pay enough attention to the difference between forte and fortissimo, between piano and pianissimo. And average students, when they see crescendo, they immediately play loud. And when they see diminuendo, they immediately play quiet. While in reality, it means gradual changing of the dynamics. This is Leopold Auer's set beginning of 20th century, yes? And the tradition of not paying attention to difference still very strong. So I would like now to bring to your attention something, yes? This number 16, this section, it's just really, really to die for. It must be played simple. For me, you play it too active. Julia, can we just this? It's pianissimo, yes? Nothing happened. Now. Crescendo. Diminuendo. Now. Whispering. No, it's 3 piano here. Really. Now public will come to you, don't worry. No crescendo, only now. Now I feel that what Elgar doing here, he's really begging, in all this begging, and then he tells to this lady, which we don't know who she is, yes? We don't know. Then he just telling her, I will give you all world. Now maybe she didn't get answer that he wanted, yes? And he telling, you know what? I will not cry. I am noble. I will not show my emotions. Something like this. No, there must be story here. You understand? So let's just do this beginning. I want to hear clear difference between piano, pianissimo, 3 piano, and then look what happened here. The first simple written dolce, yes? Next repetition, no dolce, nothing, just crescendo. The third repetition, only espressivo. No dolce, yes? Then we have molto diminuendo, etc., etc., etc. Only in the end, he writing dolcissimo. Now, this kind of gradations and colors is difficult to achieve, yes, but this should be your aim, all right? Please. Again, look, first one, I'm happy you play different bowings now, because when you started first time, you played in the frog. It's a bit scary, yes? You play these bowings. I think should be up, bow, up. Try to play a bit higher in the bow. This, and then, sorry, this is a long section. No need to stop on every 2 bars, yes? No, because you have long notes in there. And orchestra continua, you see? Orchestra will do it for you, and orchestra will don't do too much. Okay? Play upper in the bow. It will be softer sound. That's it. Calmer. In tempo. Simple. Again, Alon, the fingers and voice is very personal thing. Very personal. I don't want to go into this too much, but I would not play long notes up bow, especially if you want to do diminuendo. So this. This for me will not work. Natural bowings, I would prefer it, yes? Here, wait, 3 piano. Of course, 3 piano people as well have to hear, yes? But it is really 3 piano. Wait a little bit before you play this, okay? It's fine. Now let's continue this. In one bow, suffer. It's not so big sufferness out there. And all this, the explosions of volcanic explosions of emotions must come here. Yes, when you come this, схвати меня. He's crying. You know, this sort of glissando on the one tone down with vibrato. Thank goodness, I will never forget Ida Handel played this here in Keshet Eilon, Bruch Concerto, second movement. And when she finishing first phrase and it's going down this one tone, I don't remember which notes this, but. And I sat near to my distinguished professor. We heard this. I told him, listen, it's unbelievable that she dared to do this sort of things, such long glissando and crying. And then she looked at the audience like this, you know, she was quite a witty person. And she said, you see, I'm not scared to do this sort of things. So I think we should as well dare sometimes. Yeah? But anyway, what I wanted to tell you about this music, Elgar music, especially from the tutti. We are not in the in Netherlands when the land is quite flat. Yes, we actually somewhere in Switzerland when everything, the mountains of the emotions. Okay, so please, you have ability, you can really do it. Again, just to finish story, please look at the shape of your hand, because when you play like this, vibrato will become nervous. A little bit more in. I always pay attention that the hand, like you hold ball in your hand, and not this, okay? Ball distribution, ball speed. Always pay attention how you distribute ball within legato, okay? Because you have tendency not to think about the end legato, you only think about the beginning of legato, then it will be strong. And then you will find your voice, okay? Thank you very much. start again. New piece for you? Sorry?
Not really.
You just, okay. So we can put it here. You know, there's a few things in our repertoire which every violinist for sure played, yes? And this Kreutzer, everybody played it. There's no violinist who didn't play it. And this Adagio as well. I mean, there's no violinist who didn't go through this, all right? And therefore, we have so many different opinions, so many different approaches. it is really almost scary. And this is why I'm in so difficult situation. First of all, I really appreciate very much your playing. Yes, I know it's maybe didn't have enough time to refresh it, or as well maybe the situation in the masterclass. But I can hear your sonority, and I can hear your violinistic approach, and I like it very much. You're a very good violinist. Okay, so there's no problem in this direction, all right? But and I'm sure if you will revise it a little bit more, I don't think that I should really touch it, because you know you have your rights to say what you want to say. But because we're now in the situation in the masterclass, so people expect as well to hear from me what I think. Like I was teaching one of my Italian students, and masters, yes, so I prefer not to give him what to do. I'm telling you, look, you can do it this way, Stern doing, Oyster doing this way, this doing this way. Okay, you have to choose what you want to do. And he told me, okay, I understand, but what you like, he asked me. What I like. I will not tell you. If I will tell you what I like, you will play what like me. I want you to choose what you like. Yeah? So this is the approach. When we're reaching certain level, you know, what they call already artistic level, then you really have to do what you like, and not what you were told to do. Right? And this music gives you such fantastic opportunity. Now, I just want to share with you again just some thoughts. You know, the great composers, the greatest composers, yes, they were as well the greatest improvisators. You know, there's such fantastic story about Beethoven, how he improvised. And Mozart, you know, they was able to sit on the instrument and invent any piece on the spot, and you don't know if that was composed before or it's just invented now. They really improvised. But the greatest improviser of all, of course, Johann Sebastian, you know, because everybody took hat for him, because he was just incredible, absolutely incredible, how he was able to, on the spot, to do anything. And then when you're playing his music, especially this Adagio, yes, we must give feeling that we're actually improvising, right? And the better we know the piece, the more you're competent ballistically, yes? The more you will feel free to, to allow yourself improvise. What we must only remember, yes, that rubato improvisation, yes, as Ivry Gitlis was saying, yes, the rubato is art to play in time. This means you have to do improvisation within time which you have. You cannot go out of this. Then it's become not improvisation. You already become distortion. Only this to remember. Now, this Adagio, okay, we have three sections. Right? What we have to look for? First of all, voices within the section, structure, contrast, etc. I will now just tell you what I think is going on here. I as well want to tell you that I learned a lot from my own students. They converted me into the Baroque direction. I more and more started to go explore the idea of the Baroque violin. I know it's controversial. I know people say, look, but you play modern violin, modern bow, why? I don't know why. Because I like it. That's it. And because nobody will live in such a democratic society, nobody will tell me what to do. I'm a free person. Now, if people like it, fine. If people don't like it, I'm sorry. All right? But so what I think important when you play this opening, there's a 4 chords, and then the rest. I have a story about this. If this is our Bible, musical Bible, as Pablo Casals said, Bach is our Bible, then in Bible God worked 6 days, and then it was 3 days. He rested. In our musical Bible, he worked 4 days, 4 chords, and then he rested. All right? So the beginning of this Adagio is like creation. People ask how to start it. Forte, piano, forte. You have to start like you're really creating the world. Right? And as well, the most important thing is the bases. Because the bases show us harmony. And as Beethoven said about Bach, he said that Bach is an immortal God of harmony. These Beethoven words. Yeah? immortal god of harmony. So we already here in polyphonic music you have harmony. So each time when you play bass, you should play it like it's strong beat, like it's starting from bass. It's not this. You can play chords together, you can play it. There's no rule how to play first chord. Okay, even among Baroque players, you know, they all play different. Yes? I go this way, one note, one, then double stop, and then I stay on the melody. Then now I thought to hold or not to hold this. I came to conclusion to hold, and I'll explain you why. Because we have here 2 tritones. First triton is prepared. And then he goes straight into triton. Now triton it's most dramatic chord for the Baroque music, yes? So if you play, you're missing this tension, okay? So please, if you can start this beginning, just that's finished. Now life starting in darkness. Now story started, but the beginning is really creation. Okay, maybe I played a bit too much and too loud, I don't know. Never copy teachers, all right? Just I get the idea. Right? Just a little bit too nervous. Not so in the middle, okay? Like balls, rolling balls, yes? More dramatic second tritone, yes? This, let's say forte, forte. If you're repeating twice the same interval, it's really an octave higher, it must be louder. Yeah? Another thing, you know, when you're starting, yes, please, you don't have to show how musical you are. You know? It is really great, like you came to pray in church, you know. All this is maybe for Elgar will work, okay? More. Very good. That's all. That's very simple. Just try here, but don't play too musical. Improvisation. Let it go. Okay. This. Here, in my vision, yes, become conversation between human and God. Okay? So when you play this melody, first of all, show direction. You know, this. And each time when Bach writing half tone down, it's sadness. Yes, this. Now, God. Resolution, you'll speak about this cadence, okay? Because there's always confusion about this place. But just this, you're stopping too much. Okay, the idea is right, but just flow. Yes, wait. No. You must really separate voices. Look what you're doing. finish, breathe. Here people play E natural, E flat. There's a lot of arguments about, you know about this problem, yes? To E or not to E? Okay, we will not go into this problem, yes, but nobody to ask. Bach not with us anymore. Is it really E natural or E flat? But let's continue now, okay? Finish. New. Few things, okay? First of all, about the double stop generally, yes? Try to be careful with the vibrato on double stops, especially on dissonances and pure intervals like fourths. Yes? Okay, I would dissonances play really not ugly, yes, but not beautiful. I don't want to give them extra beauty, okay, because their role is to show hell. Okay, this. The pure interval, when it's in tune, is creating third note. It's not don't need. It will be out of tune. Just hint, you know. Then the bowings. We cannot play 100% Bach bows. Somewhere we have to commit crime. I committing crime just before you. Here, like gonna now one bow. Here, keep one bow, okay? Then you come strong beat. In the Baroque music, the strong beat, we must do bow such way that will come to strong beat down. And here, really common mistake. People play, it go here, but it's wrong. Because the cadence, resolution, and new. The new start on the second beat, understand? So, do this. New. Always contrast. Conversation between human and God. The God is grand, and human is asking for forgiveness. So this is a contrast. Okay? In one bow. You don't need you know, improvisation, you know. It's kind of it's go, yes? Resolution, new, breathe. Yes. And then legato in the Baroque music not important. Important this. The not. Okay? So new. A bit faster, yes. More on the bass. You know, not to play even. When you play Baroque music even, it's become evil. Okay? Improvisatory. No. Wait. Very good. Here you making phrase short. One long phrase. You go. Continue. Now, contrast. Now it's confession. You know, the Bach confessing. He was Protestant, yes, not Catholic, but still, like he's asking as well. He's putting his soul out. Contrast. Bass, boom. Like an organ bass, boom. Yeah. entering unbelievable place. Modern music. All sevens, such tension. Tritone, another seven. It's just painful. Maybe not shiftings, you know, just improvisation. Finish. And now whispering. Pain. Every interval representing really like Jesus on the cross. And it's very painful. Okay? We have to believe in this. Can you do from the... You see, you're vibrating the dissonance. You play too beautiful. You know, this is the problem. You play too beautiful. Yes. Play this pain. Yes. Keep. We must hear tritone. And then leave. Yes. You see my... Listen, you play so well, you have so good violins, but you're playing like a beautiful DPC or something like this. It's too beautiful. It's too beautiful. I'm sorry I take from you your flowers, yes? But you know, this music is not beautiful. It is so profoundly felt feelings, and especially pain. The pain, remember that Bach, he lived in church, he composed for church, and he believed in God, and he see the crucified Jesus every moment, every day, and he feel the pain. And this pain must come through music, yeah? This note. Again, I don't want you to be aggressive, you know, I don't mean that you should attack music. But you have to feel it's a little bit different, okay? It's not pretty music. Okay? Timo, keep tension, keep tension. Yes. Very good, very good. Fine. This section enough for you maybe to look on the whole story, yes? Can you play, maybe have a few minutes, I hope nobody asked us to finish. Can you just play the beginning of the fugue? Okay? You're very capable, you can play this fugue very well. But again, general thing. Always connect Adagio to the fugue. So when you play last chord of the Adagio, yes, this should be eternity. The soul of the Jesus went up, and the fugue, beginning of the fugue, for me, is like resurrection. Yeah? This is finished, and this magic silence, you know, not long, but you have to feel, and non-nervous movement. It's magic movement, and then suddenly sound died, and now reappear, yes? Come here. It's really magic beginning of the fugue, because when in some exams or competition people start play only fugue, I'm shocked, because fugue cannot be isolated from Adagio. It must be a logical continuation. Okay, Then, of course, about the voice of the fugue, believe me, I changed so many times. I still searching. I still don't know. They have so many rules how to play this. You know, it must be down, down. I always looking for the comfort, but I came to a conclusion for me now at least. Now, yes, I'm not looking for the easy solution. Yes, so I at last I can play up bows as good as down. I'm happy. So I'm not worried about this. But the chords never should affect the melody. Because if you play melody this bow, the amount of the bow, like this, the chords must have exactly the same amount. It's not, never give to chords more bow. And the next thing, don't treat them as a chords, as arpeggios. It means that if you play Brahms chords, the line of the bow go like low part of the circle. We go this way, yes? In the Bach, I go upper part of the circle. They come like this. The bow goes, and always same speed. Here, to hear different voice. I know it's difficult. Maybe I will not play it. I need to practice this. But at least try to play as it comes, okay? But let's see if you can play chords. Don't worry about chords, just play arpeggios. Yeah. And don't stop bow, like this. You have to hear resonance. Partly lifting, not... See, by doing this movement, you're lifting bow. Okay? Very good, very good. Try now slow tempo, just lifting. Literally. Literally this. Good. And let's bow. Pom, pom. Wait. Tritone. Okay. No, but no. Equal. Very good, very good. I hope it will help you just to not to be afraid of these chords, yes, and not to play them like trumpets. There's a melody above the chord, yes. So it's just more notes on the melody, but it's exactly the same, right? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, time for lunch. Well deserved lunch.